Hello, my name is Claire Griffin, and I'd like to tell you about my new book, A Rebellious Woman, biographical fiction based on the life of the astonishing Belle Boyd. People who have heard of Belle know her as a reckless teenager who once ran across a Civil War battlefield to deliver information to Stonewall Jackson. The story goes that she returned home with bullet holes in her petticoats. But honestly, that's the least interesting thing about her. Belle was in fact a rebellious woman who lived her entire life defying the strict rules of the day about how a woman was and was not supposed to behave. I spent more than 15 years researching Belle and her times, and also learning what it was like to be a woman born in the 1850s. This was a time when middle and upper-class women were supposed to be quiet and well-behaved wives and mothers, and there were literally dozens of rules meant to control their behavior. A woman risked society's disapproval if she laughed loudly or walked quickly. Their clothing certainly made sure they couldn't move quickly. When we read historical fiction of certain time periods, we rarely consider what would it be like to actually be a woman in that time. The beautiful dresses of Belle's day often weighed as much as 10 pounds. And underneath the dresses were layers and layers of underwear, several petticoats, a chemise, pantaloons, stockings, corset, and crinoline. The corset was tightly laced and made it difficult for women to even breathe properly. To hold out her enormous skirts, an essential undergarment was the crinoline. This was a contraption made of steel hoops. It was sometimes called a cage crinoline because it was literally like wearing a bird cage, or perhaps a lampshade. And while wearing all this clothing, and at a time when a woman was even discouraged from swinging her arms when she walked, Belle was determined to live her own life. She sometimes rode astride like a man. She carried a pistol in her belt and used it at least twice that we know of. At the same time, Belle was very feminine. She loved pretty dresses and had a voluptuous figure with a reckless energy that men found irresistible. Women, of course, disliked her intensely. Belle had 3 husbands and divorced 2 of them at a time when divorce was virtually unheard of. Her last husband was just over half her age. During the years when she was between husbands, Belle supported herself and her children as an actress, also considered shocking behavior. And as if all this was not bad enough, she often appeared on stage dressed as a man. Based on the facts of Belle Boyd's astonishing life, A Rebellious Woman tells the story of a scandalous woman of history defying all the rules. As a special offer during this event, the first 5 visitors to clairejgriffin.com will receive a free digital sample of the first 5 chapters of A Rebellious Woman.